Amy, what is our first main topic today?
Our first topic comes to us from Matthew Evan. Hello from Indonesia. John and crew, the Lord of the Rings trailer has just been released, and I think it looked great. Kudos to those who worked on the VFX and cinematography. Have you seen the trailer? If yes, how do you compare the looks of it to Peter Jackson's Lord of the Rings trilogy? Thank you.
All right, thanks for sending that in. And of course, I think it was about a week ago, they dropped the teaser to what was going to be a full trailer coming out here. I have liked very much what we have seen, but also understanding they're not showing us a lot. This one, we finally are starting to get a little bit of an idea. We've got a lot more of Galadriel in this. Galadriel is really kind of the main focus of this. We really do get an idea that what do they call the Hobbit precursors?
The Harfoots, because Hobbits didn't exist yet in the Second Age.
That's right. So they were the Harfoots. Yeah. I guess that's what Smeagol was. So you have the Harfoots. Nerd. So they have, obviously the Harfoots are going to be kind of key as well. Get a lot of sense of the elves and then what's going on with the dwarves. Clearly the rings and stuff, like all that kind of stuff is all part of it. I will say this first. We are still not really getting a sense of the plot in the trailers. And I really thought that this trailer was going to be the one that would give. Now, granted, we're getting a general idea, but really no firm thing on what the plot is going to be. They need to give us a good preview of a plot-centered trailer before this show comes out. They really need to do that. Okay, with me having said that and that aside, it looked beautiful. I mean, it looks great. It has the tone of the Peter Jackson Lord of the Rings. So this one spot more than any of the others has that tone of the Lord of the Rings that Peter Jackson bring us. I thought the characters look great. The landscapes look breathtaking. Even the background music is just, it all heightens that. And you guys know, it is my number one most anticipated thing coming out on television this year, has been all year. I thought it looked great. So anyway, Amy, you had a chance to see the trailer. What?
We just lost connection.
Oh, did we?
Oh, no.
Does anyone have Wi-Fi on your end?
Let me check.
It looks like it. I still have the chat going. Yeah.
Huh. I can't
Oh,
connect
they
to
said we're
Facebook.
good. Maybe it's just your screen.
Oh, yeah.
Don't know how.
They're saying they can see us.
Oh, everybody's saying they can see us? Wow,
Is
my
this
picture
good
froze too.
Well, I guess we'll just keep going then.
If everybody says they can see us, that's great.
I'll just try to fix it on my end, guys.
I'll keep an eye on it. I'll keep on the eye on the chat.
Yeah, Ray, keep an eye on it. At any rate, everybody's saying we're fine here. Okay, we're having problems on our end, but that's fine too. Anyway, Amy, you had a chance to see this. What did you think about it?
I almost feel like I should defer my time to Chris because I can just feel her like vibrating next to me right now. But no, it looks fantastic. Like you said, there's definitely that level of I don't, follow sort of all the, like, I'm not familiar with the books. So I have a definite, like, I don't know what this is yet. But that said, I do think there is an element with Lord of the Rings, with just how beautiful, how stunning that world can be, how much I think those movies are sort of comfort movies to a lot of people. If they can pull off something halfway decent, just based on how good it looks, I think there will just be a general excitement to be back in that world and have that in sort of that different medium of having it streaming, like right there on your TV, some new Lord of the Rings adventures. I think is going to be exciting. That said, yeah, I can't really speak to what we're dealing with exactly. But I think just the quality of this trailer is enough to just get that expectation real high for folks.
Chris, you had a chance to take a look at it. How did you feel about it?
Oh my God. I love it so much. My dog is named Gimli, you guys. Come on. Like when you see the two trees of Valinor.
Oh, yeah. That was like, yeah.
And right now it is very much a love letter to people who are nerds. Like Ray called it like it is, because, we have Prince Durin IV, who is showing us that jewel that is going to become part of the Rings of Power. And we see the trees, right, that are so intrinsically tied to Tolkien's mythology. And we go through the Mines of Moria again with Khazad Dûn, and it's so pretty. I'm so excited. I'm going to cry when I watch this show.
Again, there's been many shows I've been excited about this year. The Boys Season 3, Umbrella Academy, Yellowstone, new seasons, all that kind of
It's
stuff.
been an
But
embarrassment of riches.
yeah, but this is the show. Like even more than House of Dragon that I'm excited about. Ray, you saw it. You were getting all giddy. What do you think about it?
This has become my most anticipated show
What?
after this trailer now.
Really? This trailer by itself
I
did that
think
for you?
House of Dragon has its work cut out for it because the scope in this trailer looks amazing.
Yeah.
It looks like totally different places everywhere. I love like the different factions. I love that shot where people are burning in the sky. I couldn't tell what that was, but that shot was
That was her
awesome.
vision. That was Galadriel's vision. Yeah.
Oh man, this thing looks good. I mean, did we get the quote yet or no?
The
Did
what?
we do the quote yet? The quote graphic? Because like that. Guy
Oh, no. We haven't done that yet.
Oh, okay. Because I was gonna refer to that. Yeah, it looks good. It looks good.
All right. Well, speaking of that, this comes to us from the folks over at CBR who wrote the following. Rather than serving as a straight adaptation of a single book or series, The Rings of Power ties together the canon legends of Middle-earth into a prequel series set thousands of years before the events of Tolkien's best-known works, The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. Series director J.A. Bayona, I'm a big fan of his, claims that The Rings of Power, which is ultimately intended to be a 50-hour, 5-season series, is so expansive that it cannot even be considered television. Showrunners J.D. Payne and Patrick McKay added in a recent interview that The Rings of Power will have more action than any television or streaming show we have ever seen.
Well, and I will say that just watching that trailer, the scale of it just felt so massive for a streaming series. Even just the sets and how many of these just massive, like, you know, and locations, how many of just these massive things we were seeing. It feels bigger than just your everyday streaming series.
For sure. And the casting already, too. Like, just seeing Galadriel and Elrond, that has always, since our images, has seemed so spot on.
Right.
And, like, great. I'm so excited about this. And versus House of Dragon, I know these are both prequel series, but I am so much more obviously, I also love Lord of the Rings way more than I love Game of Thrones, but I'm so much more interested in this because of all these new characters and stuff too. I feel like the show's going to have real stakes, even though we know where it's going. There's so many new characters that we don't know what their fate's going to be that I'm so excited about it.
Well, I mean, that is one of the keys, right? One of the key things is that the anticipation going into it, like, because you're talking about two series that not only are they prequel series, but they're both series that have, one is much older than the other, granted, but they have such firmly established huge original fan bases as well based on their stuff. They have a lot of stuff that they can work from. So it's going to be really interesting to see where they go. Anyway, guys, question is for you. What do you think about this? Whatever you guys thought about the trailer, jump on down to the comment section below and let us know your thoughts. We want to take a second to thank the sponsor of this video, HelloFresh. Now, guys, you've heard us talk about HelloFresh before. Ann and I absolutely love using them. With HelloFresh, you get farm-fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. Skip trips to the grocery store and count on HelloFresh to make home cooking easy, fun, and affordable. And that's why it's America's #1 meal kit. You can bust out the grill on a nice warm summer evening and make dinner from HelloFresh's cookout collection with recipes like Melty Monterey Jack burgers and others. HelloFresh has foolproof, step-by-step recipes, which means a joyful cooking experience and a stress-free summer. Plus, HelloFresh cuts back on the time spent in the kitchen with easy, ready-made meals in around 30 minutes or less. You know, Ann and I are both working professionals, so coming together for dinner time can sometimes be a little bit of a circus, but we love using HelloFresh. We get the exact meal we want, we get easy-to-follow instructions to make it together, and we actually look forward to making dinner together. So guys, go to HelloFresh.com/Campea16 and use the promo code Campea16 for up to 16 free meals and up to 3 free gifts. That's HelloFresh.com/Campea16. HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit.